Howdy. Hi. Hello. My name's Clair. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're treating yourselves well, and of course others. This is a desires reading, what people love about you, what people like about you, what's interesting, things of that nature. What makes you fester in people's brain. Okay, I'm gonna stop being weird. Let's get into it. You got some pretty big cards right off the bat, so I would assume with the sun and the sun and temperance, so this is the sun, like one of the best cards ever. You have to be attractive in some way, form, or shape. I would think because of temperance, maybe you're attractive because of your emotional nature or your ability to communicate with people or see like the best of both sides, or maybe you have like an unbiased nature or something very like healing or comforting, something about you. The sun is just it's a beautiful thing, and you are somehow embodying this. I would think that maybe you've risen out of the ashes. This one has a particular essence about it because this person's like rising and they have like a cloak falling. Maybe people have seen you go through adversity and that makes you attractive, or maybe you're rugged and that makes you attractive, or just you're wild in some way. You just seem like kind of something to behold. And I would think maybe you are kind of a flirt with, this is the Knight of Pentacles, or Knight of Wands. Wands, you can see how red it is. It's very amorous seeming. So I would think you're a flirt. I think that you have the mental game on lock. Maybe you don't pursue it all the time because you also did get the Knight of Swords. So maybe people, you leave people on red, or you just like, you're attractive and you've got people's attention in some way, some form or fashion, and it can be due to mental things easily. You've got sex appeal oozing some way. But like the Knight of Swords is indicating that you could have, though you might be like really good at pursuing people, maybe you don't like pull the trigger that often. Maybe you don't like actually, like sleep with people or end up hanging out with people or just whatever. You're good at capturing attention and you enjoy it, but you don't rush in like just at the sign of attention. I think gosh, you got all these like seriously strong cards. There's something rugged about you. I dote on the Tower card in this deck all the time. I love it. Tower is not a good thing at all, but something about you, it could even be like something that other people, like if it was a trait in someone else, it would be kind of like a net negative. Like it wouldn't seem so desirable. Maybe you just have something that is like a quirk. Maybe you own something about yourself that has reason. Like you have the crown. You've got something that shiny about you, something that it catches people's eye. And even if you kind of have like a weird quirk, or you odd to communicate with, they're just like a character. Maybe you're a very burdened person. You could be one of them sad folks. Sorry. You have the 10 of Wands. I know I have like an endless list of people in my life that have used like, you know, being sad and like their trials as like a personality trait. And it is a sign of strength to show that you're like still here. This is the strength card. It's a sign of strength to show that you're like still here after like all the things you've been through, or like feel accomplished in the fact that you're like still standing through like dredging through whatever it was, whatever it is. But be careful to not hold that as an identity to a fault or to a deficit. It might keep you lingering. It seems like you've kind of got, it could even be maybe you have some like past issues that makes you very apt to want attention. Very common. Like maybe you were treated poorly or got no attention. There was some situation where you were slighted, or treated bad, bullied, something of that nature. And maybe it's turned into like a sex appeal. And so it's hard for you to like you've seen results in like a good way almost from like the things that you've been through, or like a downfall of yours. Maybe you do have like a bad habit or like a downfall or something, yeah, and people just find it attractive or something absurd like that. But the 10 of Wands is showing up, and it is a sign that you could put some burdens down if you felt any at all. You could be oh man, searching for something in lovers. There's no reason to be smiling at all. I've just like definitely done this before. Searching for something in lovers that just never mind. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sometimes I try to just like bite my tongue and shut the fuck up, but it seems to be reinforced. 10 of Wands is showing up again. You could definitely be attractive because you are rugged, or because you seem to have like some plight, or people are like after you to like obtain. Maybe you feel like you always have lovers that are trying to obtain you. Maybe it's hard to find sincere people because you are very attractive, or you're like a really good lover. Maybe you're like a very high quality lover, and it's hard to find people that you just like really do it as good as you. Because look at the Ace of Wands for sure. Ace of Wands is a very, some would say like phallic some would, doesn't this look kind of just, it has sex appeal. It's got, it radiates a certain essence, and maybe you're good with your mouth. Maybe people love that about you. Maybe you're like kind of, you could love kissing. Maybe people really like that about you as well. You could be mysterious in a sense, like people have a hard time connecting with you more than just sex. Maybe that's what the Ten of Wands keeps on showing up as. Like, when I said that, like, you could be searching for things in lovers, maybe you're just, like, such a good lover and that's your love language that, you, like, if it's been your love language, usually people, if you like having sex, then you have maybe had a lot of sex, and maybe you've had a lot of sex that has no emotions tied to it, or very little emotions, or you were hoping for just like cut and run, like sneaky links kind of ideal situations for you. And maybe that puts people in a place of just being like wanting more constantly. And yeah, people could really be on your tail because they're just like trying to figure you out. You're just like a people are reaching out for more if they haven't had a taste already. People feel like they're probably missing out, not having you, not getting you, not having access to you. I think that you're fun to observe, and whatever you're doing, whatever you are good at, or whatever you like doing, maybe just in everyday life, you could be good. Like, maybe you're just attractive to stare at. It doesn't even have to be, you don't have to think you're like super attractive, but maybe your mannerisms are like, you could be attractive too. Like, I'm just saying that there's so many things about people that other people look at, observe, that you would never know what it is about you. So just like, I think people love to watch. People love to see, observe. Or maybe even figure out. You leave people wanting more. So you're probably a really good lover, especially if it's a practiced skill. You could definitely seem like you are just in love with like, not in a bad way at all. You could seem like you're in love with yourself, very confident, showy. You could be like just showing out. You could just docile and still you definitely have, there's a star quality that is undeniable. You could seem in control of the things that you're doing, even if you aren't. You're good at hiding any sort of emotion. People probably really want to be the one that gets the emotion out of you. you had the Ace of Cups in reverse. I think that people probably just right off, as soon as you meet or as soon as they get any sort of like one-on-one, maybe even intimacy with you, they're just kind of addicted. Like, it's over. Can I please have some more? Please. And you could know that. You could definitely know that. It's again with the Four of Cups in reverse. You could be hardworking. I think there's something about you that people really want to attain. I think you are just something that is of, like, the yellow here makes me feel like you're just light. Like, you don't really hold things down. You could just be like almost flighty in a sense. Like, you're with the wind. People can't even like really get a grasp of you because you're gone like that. And it's just, I think you make a big impact when you are available, are around, and when you're not, it leaves an impact. It leaves a void to those that have actually felt the intensity, and to others it just leaves an air of mystery that they're just like, daydreaming. What a dreamy character, searching for you in others. Perhaps you just seem to like raise the bar. You seem to be like a, like those people that stand out and that other people kind of mimic. You might be one of them. You might be one of those people that people like to mimic a little bit. And if not that, you just are heavily observed, admired, all the above. You gotta know I love you. Pile 2. Pile 2. Hi. We're talking about why people like you, what people love about you, all those things. It's a good time. And I'm thrilled you're here. What it do, motherfuckers? I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you're treating yourselves well. Welcome to Pile 2. I think that you're quirky right off the bat. Something about you, there's like structure in your life. You're good at flirting. You're good at working. You're good at getting jobs done. I think people observe you at work, or you're very handy in some way or another. This is the Hierophant. You could be like a upstanding person, a pillar of society. You could contribute a lot to whatever environment you are embedded in. You have the Knight of Swords, or the Knight of Wands. Very nice color. It's attractive. You could have, I just got nice skin. People could really like your skin. I think your work ethic is just really, either it shows or it is a big part of you and it adds something to your overall self. You don't have to know it, but I think you kind of are, people don't know what they are going to get with you. Like, over time you might change. You could have like a very multifaceted personality where there's like layers to it. Like, you act one way when you don't know people, and you're very different around people that you do know, or you just kind of have like levels to like of trust or something. People might be caught off guard with how you really are, or how you treat others somehow or some way. Like, maybe you're just like really humble and you don't look like it, or you're really goofy looking and you just have like, you're oozing sex appeal in some way. Something about your intuition. You could be like, people think that there's a certain air of like you know a lot, whether it be like higher knowledge, like spirituality, or just like book wise, like you could just be very smart in one of those realms. Very much so. You got the Emperor. You're locked into your path. If not that, you are just extremely smart. You have a lot of structure in your life, or you come off that way. You might be hard to approach because you are like just your mental could be like a force field almost. Like you, like the way that you hold yourself is super enticing, but also intimidating. Perhaps it seems you just seem to know things, and people are kind of stunned by that or taken aback by that. You just have a very strong sense about you, whether female or male, but you can hold your own in any arena that you're put in or forced in or want to be a part of. You seem very stable, very not easy to back down. I think that because you are very aware of situations, you can use them to your advantage. Like, you have already observed a situation fully, so you know what like could possibly be coming. Like, say you're in like a social setting, you are already looking, side-eyeing all the things, all the people in the room, or all the things that are going on. So you just like being prepared, I think. And also you could be like really the life of the party, or just you could be good at growing things. You could be good, maybe people see that you are really healthy, or you live a very prosperous lifestyle. Like, you just seem super healthy or clean or well put together, or you grow things, like as in like a garden, or maybe you smoke weed. I think if you were to ever deal with negative situations, you got the Tower, which is I like this card a lot in this deck. It's someone that is just like still attractive through any trial that they're put up against. I don't think that you let things harden you. The Queen of Swords, I think you remain very malleable to situations. Like, even if they seem like if they would almost like break someone, you might not even see that, or it might not even be like an issue, honestly, because things kind of roll off of you. It could have been like a learned skill, or you could just naturally be kind of like bubbly, or just don't really care to let things, good word is fester. It's been popping into my head a lot lately. I don't know, it's a I think you give what, like, you're really good at like a give and take, like a back and forth. You could be witty, or just like really good at conversation, or really funny. You're off the cuff, very good at just being in the moment and holding the moment, appreciating like being a part of things. I think you can make a situation or just like, you're not one to take away from it, certainly not. So you just know how to give and take. It's a healthy balance. You're there, you're showing up. People could really find that attractive about you. You could embark on new things constantly because you're always in the mix, because you don't let things hold you down. People like to be around you because you kind of are motivational, or you just attract that kind of company because yeah, simple as that. I think that people feel attracted to you because they might feel emotionally like they can be themselves, or they feel like they can be emotional with you, or you seem like someone that they can build with or travel with. Maybe people think that you would be really fun just to like as a companion in any way, shape, or form. I think there's a lot of trust with you, maybe because of the way you hold yourself, and that you don't really hold negativity, malice, just like, you might not even seem like a very dark-natured person. Maybe you're just in this life and being effervescent and just, what a glorious thing. I think that people don't even want to harm you. Or when people do harm you, I think that people are feeling the 5 of Swords in reverse. I think people are very protective over you because they love your nature of just being like, don't be mean to them, because like, look at them, why would you be mean to that? Like, you know, I think that it's like, why would you want to harm that? It's attractive, or it just is like doing no wrong, or it's good. Yeah, the 10 of Swords in reverse, I think that people are very protective over you. Maybe you could be like cute, guy or girl. You could just have like really cute eyes, or like really kind eyes. You could have I just heard dorky smile, or something about your voice. Just like, people really feel very familial with you, but also in a way of like, that doesn't have to be, you could have people that want to like be close to you because they feel like you remind them of something that they love in other people. It could be like family, or people just like, you could be very attractive. And because you just like one of those action, I think you're very excitable. The Knight of Swords is just, I think, you're, because I look at the back a lot on these, for some reason right now I'm looking at the back a lot, and I think that people find you just like adorable, like funny. You could be really, really funny. I think that your enthusiasm towards things could be really adorable, or like, because you are so enthusiastic, no one wants to like ever let you down. Maybe even things you say, or people are like, oh gosh, I want that. I want to attain that sort of like zest for life. I want to be that. I think that you kind of like raise the standard of like enthusiasm, or just being yourself. I think even like, you could just seem like such a character. Like, people are like, how do they even exist in this world? What do they do on a daily basis? Because you just seem like such an interesting person. Like, you could just, it's mesmerizing. You could also know, maybe because you're so, like, I don't think that you're ditzy. I think that you are aware of how being lighthearted can be attractive, and you are very aware of who you should be friends with and who not to. The Queen of Wands is a master of making friends, knowing who to be friends with. She's like attractive. She's like the life of the party, but very good at deciphering who not to be friends with as well. So maybe you don't even hold people around you that often. Like, you don't have bad nature. You don't have bad people around you. You don't want bad people around you. That's just not your steez. Like, it's not the thing that you go towards. And if people like somehow leak into your space and end up like causing a ruckus, or like doing something to harm you, I think other people really are just like, no, not them. The 3 of Cups. You could have a very strong base around you, or if not already, this is something like people really, find something charming about you, in a sense of like they just want to dote on you. I think people want to be around you. They want to protect you. Yeah, and even if you aren't around people that often, when you are, because the Two of Swords is maybe you're good at making decisions, or you're good at cutting off the things that don't serve you. You could be good at keeping distance, or you're just very good at making decisions. I think that the things that you do and the things that you say, people really take note of, or really value. There's something like word is bond with you is a whole new level, because people can take it for what it is usually. Like, I don't think that people would doubt if you were to be into, like, if they don't think that you were fake in any way. And so if you're into something, you're into that. If you say something, you mean it. Like, you don't have to be right all the time, but like if you're evolving and it's graceful, people are observing you. Just be as good as you can be at this point in time. And I think that just is like it's just effortlessly you. You're very effortlessly you. And I think there's a certain stability in that. I think people with the King of Wands in reverse, the King of Wands can certainly be someone who is fast acting, but has his own motives. I think people don't really worry about that with you. It seems you're very on the nose. Like it's easy to observe your motive. It's easy to see where you're at. You're easy to approach if you feel a certain way. If you don't say it, people could talk to you about it very easily. I think that there's just like a certain air of relatability or visibility that you make yourself. It's approachable, or it just seems honest and pure and true. And there's something very trust-driven about you, standard-driven, just good. It's a good feeling. And I think that you're heavily protected, and maybe people will sense that as well. And that's just like nice. But yeah, I don't know, I love you. Have a lovely rest of your day.